Drake fans, man. Y'all having a tough week. So wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you are in family court with a woman. This could only be two things, bro. We know you're not married. At least on paper, because everybody would know. It'll be Reddit's all over the place. Everybody would know. But we know you're not married. And you're in family court. You're in family court. And we know you're not married. And it's closed to the public. So, either it's closed to the public because somebody signed an NDA, maybe somebody asking for child support. What is going on? What's going on, bro? And this happened in April. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful single sexy ladies put one in the chat. All the fellas y'all notify the ones that just don't harass them or don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free, but if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers. It's over 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,000, baby. Yeah. King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. So we're going to get to this, man, because this is crazy. This is crazy. So now all of a sudden, Meet the Grams make sense. Meet the Grams make sense now. Oh, you know what? I don't want to take up too much of this. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Peekaboo. Yo, peekaboo. Peekaboo for kids. Peekaboo. You in trouble, boy. Oh, man. This comes courtesy of Fantastic Hip Hop. You already know what it is, man. You are hiding a child. You hiding another child. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Oh my God, bro.
As it's kind of going against.
Let's go.
Now when it comes to Drake, well now if you're ready to see how our Drizzy was just caught in the courtroom and with the reason we are finding out why, well things have never possibly looked worse, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as Lawbury was just caught in the courts and really his fans are going to be so mad about the truth of this and they are going to try to do everything in their power to hide any single voice that is exposing what just went down. Make sure to leave that like so everybody can see that after what we have all now witnessed, Meet the Grams has never sounded more real and Kendrick was really right about Drake's hidden family as currently within this Lawbury circus that just continues to spiral and spiral with each second that time is going on. Well, now with the latest stop in what is really feeling like a never-ending crash out, because really now, from exposing that Drake is on the quest from the test to the courts to now being exposed for getting a paternity test.
Oh my God, bro. Hold on, bro. That was hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. That one right there, that's going on the thumbnail. Oh my God, bro.
Stop in what is really feeling like a never-ending crash out, because really now, from exposing that Drake is on the quest from the test.
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. This is the greatest meme I ever seen in my life. That is, oh my God. Whoever made this meme should be paid money, bro. This is classic, bro. Oh my God, bro. This is classic. This is classic, bro.
To now.
Oh, I gotta run that back one more time.
What is going on? Well, now with the latest stop in what is really feeling like a never-ending crash out, because really now, from exposing that Drake is on the quest from the test to the courts.
Oh my God. I'm about to take a screenshot and put this in Drake's Instagram inbox. I'm gonna send this to him like, yo, bro, you know who this is? Oh my God, this is classic, bro. This is classic. I can't take it. I can't. This is classic, bro. Classic. Classic.
To now being exposed for getting a paternity test handed to him in court, we have never seen Drake just crashing out more. And really now, quest from the test to the courts to now being exposed for getting a paternity test handed to him in court, we have never seen Drake just crashing out more. And really now, with how bad our Karen is getting exposed right now, it's impossible to ignore this. And in the greater sense for rap, but for art.
Hold up. He had a paternity test handed to him in court? Is this true? Is this true? Did this girl really hand him a paternity test?
Drizzy as a whole. Everybody needs to see this, because in this time and in a beef and back and forth that has become about and is really trying to be defined by things like the truth versus the lies and reality versus delusion. Well, within this, what we are finding out, even after everything now, is that Lawbury has never been lying more in his entire life, and while at the same time, when Kendrick Lamar told DJ Head that everything in his diss tracks were 100% facts, and everybody did kind of find that hard to believe in just terms of the total scope of it all, well, really, the more that we are seeing time go by and things fall into place, beyond whatever else they want to put out, it really does seem like Kendrick Lamar actually had a crystal ball, and everything we are seeing is some sort of a prophecy, as really, Kendrick Lamar's did.
Bro. Yo, this dude, I see why people ain't helped Drake. I really do. I see why. Bro, this dude Kendrick Lamar probably planned this whole thing. This is crazy. If Kendrick is saying that he knew all of this, yeah, this is beyond diabolical. This is beyond that. You got to understand, when you're doing stuff like what he's doing, and everything's coming out now slowly but surely. Oh man, I never seen nobody parade a body like this around in hip hop, bro. I never seen it, bro. That's why I said Not Like Us is the greatest diss song of all time, bro. I never in my life seen anybody parade a body around the world like this, bro. And on top of that, if it comes out that he really does have a daughter, if this comes out that he has a daughter, then where do we put Meet the Grams? Do we say Meet the Grams is the greatest diss of all time if this comes out? Because a lot of y'all wanted to Y'all wanted to get rid of Meet the Grams because y'all said that Meet the Grams was all filled with all lies. So what if this is actually true? Then what? And you notice Drake didn't bring up nothing about that daughter in that court case. Drizzy! You're in trouble, bro.
Just look ironclad right now. Meanwhile, compare that to Cupcake, and he's not just out of ways to even prove that a single line in his diss tracks were even 0.5% true. But I mean, also, his inability to prove literally anything is why he turned into a Jerry Springer wannabe who was on the quest for a test with a legal request. And speaking of quests for
that's not Jerry Springer, that's actually Maury Povich. He said he turned into a Jerry Springer wannabe. Nah, that's Maury Povich. Two different icons. Both of them are icons, though.
So this is where things now get bad for Drake, and once again, where this guy really has to consider how his own actions and choices can come back to affect him. Because listen right now, we 100% now know and have found out that Lawbury has been in some sort of big trouble, and let's just waste no more time and get into it. If you're ready to see how bad Lawbury got exposed in the courts, be sure to leave that like so everybody can see this and so the R Karens can't hide this. And now seemingly where all of this went down is in no other place than the Toronto courthouse, which also is ironic because while Kendrick Lamar filmed music videos at his hometown's courthouse, Drake is getting pulled in there for paternity tests or something weird about women. And now what makes all of this a little more
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just can't see. I'm not saying that Kendrick is lying. I'm not saying Drake is telling the truth. I'm just saying, how did if this is true, if you do have another child, how did you like this would be a such a blunder in your career that instead of you might as well just say you have a child. Like if Kendrick is saying you have multiple children, he said he didn't just say your daughter. He said you have multiple children, multiple. So this is crazy. If you're going to family court, it can't. I mean, is she taking you to court for abuse? Did you abuse her? Like, is that what it is? I don't know. But some people are saying that you went to court to take a paternity test. What? The crazy thing is you just literally asked Kendrick, this is crazy. You just literally asked Kendrick and well, not asked Kendrick, but you told UMG that you want them to provide Kendrick's DNA test for his children. And look at this. If this is true, you knew that people were asking you for a DNA test for your child. You knew this. And you played everybody and act as if like you wasn't doing nothing. This is crazy as hell. This is crazy. Oh, man, Drizzy. They got you.
confusing is that there was an elaborate effort to hide this up, and the only reason we even know about it is due to a guy who seemingly recorded all of this in the court, and despite the media not being let in and really being given any information, none other than a guy named David Lewis Wall made sure to document every single thing that he knew and put together all of his clues of covering the courtroom to really understand to the best of his and our abilities of what could be going on. So now ultimately with this, and what we are seeing most prominently, is that on April 2nd, 2025, well, after covering this case for a few weeks, he made a video about the Drake trial going down that none of us had any idea that was even happening. And with the way he is explaining everything, and with the way you can literally see this video come into fruition, he's not just talking about the case, but Drake literally walks into the court for what he says is the first time. And I mean, when you look at our Drizzy just seeing this guy finally exposing what was going down here, you can see the disappointment on his face and see how angry this
It's always somebody watching. It's always somebody watching. It's always somebody watching. There's really nothing you can do. It's always somebody watching you, bro. Broski. Brofino. There's always somebody watching you, Brofino. Goofino? He looks like a Goofino. He looks like a Goofino right now. You know what I'm saying? Look, tell me he don't look like a Goofino. That's a Goofino. I'm telling you, bro. It's always somebody watching, bro. You gotta be real careful. You literally, dude, yo, that had to be the craziest thing ever. You literally walked right by the dude and he's talking about the court case. And you walked right by him. That's crazy as hell.
Aaron really is. And so now going into the facts of this, what David Wall was explaining is how Drake's bodyguards were all at the court and nobody was allowed into the actual room where things were going down, which he says, in of itself, to have no media allowed at this, it's a very bad look and does show that you are hiding something pretty big, as it's kind of going against a lot of principles that the courtroom is defined on, which is transparency and honesty, even in Toronto. And now the only thing that this guy was able to get a hold of to try to create a picture and scene of what was happening were courtroom sketches of some things. And now while we see Drake's bodyguard, what's really important and where we can finally say for Drake to have a seat right over there because we got him is in this sketch with a woman that has been against him in court. And this is what she looks like now, which, quick side note, that does not look anything like Adonis's mom, and she lives in Houston and France. So for this to be going down in Toronto, well, at the very least, this does let on to the idea and nearly confirm that this is about somebody else, and it's not about the first mess that Pusha T exposed that Drake was hiding. And really now what we see with the more clips released around Drake and family court and with these issues, well, really the most disturbing thing is how under wraps Drake tried to keep all of this. But again, fortunately,
damn, bro, you try to hide all of this, bro. Like, you really try to hide this. And it caught up with you, bro. Now what you think everybody gonna think? Even if this is a nothing burger, people are still gonna think something now, bro, because you try to hide it. And you had and they had a closed session. And I know some of y'all Drake scholars is gonna get on YouTube now and be like, well, actually what happened was what happened with Drake was, see, there is a law between 5:30 in the morning and 6:30 at night. And within that time frame, you know what happens is the judge can designate that no one could come in the courtroom at that time. And in Drake, he came in 5 seconds right before the court was up. You know what I'm saying? So this is why they were allowed to do it. Like, y'all gonna say something like that. Y'all gonna say that. It's coming. I'm telling you. It's coming. I see it. If the man got a child, just say I got another child. Well, maybe he's taking a fraternity test to make sure the child ain't his. But I mean, the Oracle, Kung Fu, Kendrick Lamar, he knows something that you don't know. Man, listen, man. I remember Academic said something about Anthony Saleh, and he said that they did some investigating on the dude Epic or whatever, not Epic, the dude Grand Wizard, whatever his name is, and they know everything about him. Everything. They know everything. Everything. They know where he lived, his name, everything. Academics was shocked. What do y'all think that they're doing with Drake? When Kendrick said you put money in the streets and came back with no receipts, what do you think you doing? Kendrick is a made man. What do you think you doing? What do you think you doing? What do you think is going to happen if you are trying to get something out of Kendrick? They're going to set you up. Not looking good.
David Wall Lewis kept going to the courts and documenting every single thing that he possibly knew and every single thing that he saw going down. And what is very significant within these logs is that on March 27th, he explained more about the logistics of this case and the ground ruling of it, which gets very weird. And really, based on this guy's account, which is seemingly all we know about this entire situation, which they tried to sweep under the rug so clearly, Well, at the core of this, we know that Lawbury was in family court with a woman who looks like somebody we have never seen with him. And I don't know, maybe this is Stacy or Becky, but we don't have enough information yet. But when we look and see how David Wall thought that this was about divorce, but that does not seem to be the case because Drake is not married, well, what this leads on to when we know that this is a family situation and this could be more than just Drake and a woman involved. Well, again, assessing the facts and the reality of what this could mean, while we don't have all the information and there could be a few different possibilities. Listen, I got news for the Lawburys. Either way, this looks bad for your guy, and whether Drake is going back and forth with a woman like this, and we know he is not married, so there's some sort of drama between them that needs to be settled in court, or he is in some sort of a family court, and it has to do with some sort of a child or an agreement that he, I am sure, is in the wrong in. I mean, when you look at the dates and see that this was right around the time that Drake canceled his miserable Anita Max Win tour, and then he even dropped the Nokia video right around when this was happening as well, well, first off, this adds another layer to everything and is showing for Karen that first off, the only people calling his phones are the lawyers. But no, seriously, if this matter came...
Damn, bro. I don't know what to tell you no more. Listen, bro. If you have another child, I don't understand why you have to hide it. You might as well say it. But I know why. We all know why. Because Meet the Grams. Kendrick put it out there, and you don't want it to be, because that is another L. I mean, that is a big, big, big L. If it comes out that you actually have a child, oh, that's the biggest L ever. Maybe this girl is going there because you did something to her and she's taking you to court for that. But I don't think that it would be a private affair. And on top of that, I think that it would have been much more than that. We would have heard about these. I mean, that's public information. Somebody pressing charges like criminal. But if this has something to do with a child, which I believe, I'm looking at all the signs. All the signs point to maybe this woman had a baby and she wanted to take you to court to get a DNA test and you didn't want to do it. Maybe she had to go to the court system and maybe you said, well, we can go. I just don't want this to be putting out. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But if you in family court and you ain't married to this woman, it has to be something that's regarding a child. And it's going to come out. That's going to come out. But the irony that you were just asking for Kendrick Lamar's DNA test for the baby and day free, and look, you were the one in family court. This is crazy.
Sudden enough that Drake had to end an entire tour because of this, well then this really had to be bad, because for court dates to pop up this sudden and send Karen off of a tour and appear in this, which I mean we can see the footage of, he did not look happy to be here either. Well again, while it's hard to really pull what's going on in full from this could be way worse than we could have ever thought, because just from the optics of the situation and seeing how Drake pretty much ran to get here from Australia and then did everything in his power to also cover up the optics of this by putting out the Nokia music video right at the peak of this trial to dodge any sort of media attention seemingly. Well really with this, no matter what, when we look at this situation and see the possible outcomes, all of this stuff from a greater premise is simple, which is that at the end of this all, Karen is either hiding another child and is in some sort of trouble to make an agreement that is fair, and whatever could be going on with him just doing what Pusha T exposed him for having a behavior for in the first place, or he is in so bad with a woman that she dragged him all the way out here and needed to use this system to confront him and get whatever she felt she needed. And again, when you see all of this, either Drake is a bad dad and Kendrick Lamar was right about all that other kid stuff on Meet the Grams, which again, if Drake is actually hiding a kid, which this seems like the biggest proof we've ever seen for it, that is gonna be monumental. Or it's just another instance of Drake being absolutely awful to women and proving
it's definitely gonna be something out of control. If this comes out that he has another child, yeah, he can kiss his career goodbye. I'm telling you now, this is going to be a devastating blow to his career. Devastating blow to his career. Like for real, because he's going to be looked at as a deadbeat dad that don't want to take care of his kids. He's going to be looked at crazy, I'm telling you right now. This better not be another child, bro. It better not be.
more and more why all of the stuff he says in his music is a lie about him not being able to find the right one, and it's all performative and he is just a toxic piece of garbage. And again, this all plays into the idea of how shameful of a man that Kendrick Lamar said he was on Meet the Grams, and well, regardless of what it is, Aubrey has once again lost and been exposed worse than ever, and going forward has never been more cooked, because if we get any more details on this situation and can really figure out what is at the bottom of this, well, whether Drake is in some big trouble with a woman to the point where he had to cancel a tour, or he is hiding another kid, well, our Karen's gonna have a seat right over there as we all just look at him completely differently, and he reaches an entire new low, which even saying that just sounds surreal that this is even possible for him. And so now with all this said, let me know.
Kendrick got a song called DNA. Kendrick got a song called Be Humble. He also got a song called The Blacker the Berry, the Sweeter the Juice. Bruh, you gotta understand, man. Drake, you have burned all of these bridges. You set all of these landmines. And now they're all blowing up in your face. I don't understand it. At this point, how can y'all still support Drake when it comes to this behavior? We're not talking about his music. You can support his music, whatever. If you like his music, cool. But I'm asking, how are y'all still defending his behavior? That's what I'm asking. It's more is going to come out about this. It's going to come out. If UMG probably got something too on this too. Ooh. That's how my dog used to. I used to have a dog. I had a American Bulldog. He was mixed with a King Corso. He was real big, and it sounded like he used to get. Whenever I put him in the kennel, he'd be like, woo, woo, woo. We like, what? Woo, woo. I used to be like, yo, you acting like a human. But for all the dogs. Thank y'all for joining me, man. This is great. I love it, man. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Drake, man. They caught you, brother. They got you. Hey! Woo-hoo! All the dogs.